What's up, icons? It's the iconic fashion figure back with a new video. And this week, let's talk about how to take product pictures for your website and social media. Not only am I going to show you ways on how to take photos, but where to use them too.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.
So with this first way, I'm going to start with the most common way of taking pictures is right on a mannequin. Now when I first started my website, I took all my pictures on the mannequin and uploaded them as is. But if you shop my website now, you'll know that I actually edit the mannequin out. Now the reason I take the mannequin out is because it just looked unprofessional to me having the mannequin in the pictures on my website, but I still wanted them on the mannequin because you can see the shape of the body and how it's supposed to fit. Now with the mannequin I typically just take straight on photos of the product and not necessarily styling. For one, I can't put shoes on my mannequin. My mannequin also does not have a head. I mean, there's a neck part so I can put like a hat on top of there if I wanted to, but it's not necessarily for styling. This is mainly to actually see the product on a body and get an idea of the fit. Now when I do pictures on the mannequin, I most definitely do front and back pictures. If there's any type of detail on the product, then I'll do side images as well. For instance, this dress does have side detailing, so a side picture would be good. Now the mannequin I have is a Brazilian mannequin, so it does have curves. I have other mannequins too that don't, but I specifically bought this mannequin because I figured if I'm taking pictures on a mannequin, it might as well be a body that's different than the body I use for model shots, which I'm the one that take the pictures for my brand. And I'm not a curvy person, so I figure having a curvy model would be perfect because it allows my customers to see two different body types, which we're actually still wearing the same size. So for this video, I'm actually showing you the difference so you can see the mannequin and myself are wearing the same exact size dress, but you get an idea of how it looks different on a curvy person versus on me. Now the size small fits both of us, but you can see how it's a little different on each one of us. I like to do that to help my customers out. Although I usually don't do side to side pictures, I should probably start doing that so they can see. But otherwise, you see me on social media, you see the mannequin pictures on the website. Now when I do some of my pictures on the mannequin for my website, a lot of the times if I don't need the arms, I take the arms off, just because depending on which angle I'm taking the pictures, I might get shadow on the product. I can edit that out, but I prefer not to. I want to spend as little time editing as possible, so I'll just take the arms off so there's no shadows on the product. But taking photos on the mannequin is number one, which I'm sure you guys already knew that. And the mannequin photos I typically use strictly for my website. Sometimes they'll go on Instagram if I'm actually creating like a different story like I used to do last year, not even this year. And by the way, my mannequin came from Amazon. I'll link it down below for any of you that want the curvy mannequin. A lot of the times it is sold out, but they do restock it, so save it so Amazon can let you know once they have it in stock again. Of course, doing live model shots. Now you guys seen me do a couple different videos of me doing photo shoots in my house. So of course live model shots are perfect, and those can be used for both your website and for social media depending on how you take the pictures. So I do a lot of live model shots. Everything that I have has been shot on a live model, mainly me, but sometimes on others. So I'll do the indoor studio shoots. Of course you can do the outdoor shoots as well, which I'm not even showing in this video because I'm supposed to be doing a separate video for that. I still haven't gotten to it, but I promise you I'm going to do it at some point this year. It's a must. It has to happen. So you do those photo shoots with a live model. If you're doing an in-home studio shoot, I know you guys have seen it on Instagram a lot where a lot of people are creating these scenes of where they're taking their pictures at. You can do that at home as well too, and really all you have to do is find different decor around your home, different furniture pieces you want to throw in, and create a scene of where you want to take your picture. So that's what I did. I just ran around my house, grabbed a few pieces, and threw them into my studio and take some pictures there. Or if you have a specific spot in your house that you really like the look of it and it fits your aesthetic, use that as your spot to take your pictures all the time. Now I'm supposed to be doing that for my Instagram, where for like 3 months now I've been trying to create this perfect scene that represents my brand that I want to use for Instagram, because a lot of these pictures are typically used for Instagram, although you can use it for your website too because it'll really give your website personality. But I wanted to use them for Instagram, and I just haven't completed the scene that I want to do. Like this that I'm showing you guys right now is not what I'm doing at all. These are just pieces I ran around my house and threw together just for video's sake, but that's something I'm supposed to be doing so I can use those pictures for Instagram. The next way to take photos is doing a flat lay. A flat lay is literally what it's called by laying the items flat on the floor. If you need product shots and you don't have a mannequin, you can do flat lays with just the product and take a picture that way. Sometimes I do that if it doesn't look right on the mannequin, or sometimes I like the flat lays more, so I'll do it that way. But the flat lays, you'll notice if you're on Instagram, a lot of people do flat lays as a way to style a picture, to create the scene, create an outfit. So those flat lays are really good for social media. If you have different spots on your website that you want to throw a flat lay in, you can, but flat lays usually are for social media because it gives that aesthetic of the item and it sets the tone, so you got actually kind of see that item in action. And then for those of you that are in other industries like beauty or skincare or anything like that, you can piece different things together. So if you're in beauty, you can add clothing to it of your own. If you're doing like skincare, you throw different products together that may be like, let's say for the face strictly, or let's say for full-on body. You can get really creative with flat lays, and that's why it's really good for social media because it really brings out the personality in your brand. And then for the last option of ways to take your pictures for your brand is by simply doing it on hangers. Now I put mine on a rolling rack just so I can show you guys in the video, but you can literally take a tack, stick it in your wall, and then hang it up on like a blank wall so you can take your pictures on a hanger. Sometimes products look better on hangers than on mannequins anyway, and vice versa. So you might incorporate a few of these different ways of taking your pictures, but I like the way of doing the hangers on the rolling rack. For like I'm using in my example, there's multiple colors of the same item, so I can show the range of colors that are available, and you can see them all next to each other to see how different the colors are. Those pictures I typically use strictly for customers. When I've been creating my bundles for my website, that's how I've been laying them out to see what looks good together, and then create my bundles for my website, so it's more so a personal thing for me. And then you can use them for social media too if you're trying to, or even your website if you're trying to show the colors next to one another, you can do that. This idea comes from a lot of wholesale vendors. When they're at market and at trade shows, they typically hang up their garments this way when you want to see multiple colors together. They have like a grid on the wall, and this is how they hang them up. So this is a great way to show range of color. Now the reason I did this video was a follow-up video to my Sunday video, 2 weeks ago, because I didn't do anything last week. It was my birthday weekend, but this was a follow-up to that video, but also because the way you take your pictures has a lot to do with branding your business. And I know I have been spending a lot of time just talking to you guys about starting up a business, but it's one thing to start a business, it's another thing to actually brand your business. So I want to go more into talking with you guys about actually branding your business, because that's when things will really start to pick up for you when you create a brand. So that's it for this week's video. There's a few different ways of you taking pictures. Now of course I'm sure you guys probably already knew all of these ways. I just wanted to show some of you guys in case you didn't know, or maybe you knew these ways but didn't know exactly how to use them. If you have any other ways that you like to take your pictures, leave it down in the comments for others. It may be helpful for someone else on different ways to take their pictures. Thank you for watching.